everybody out there in S&G land, and welcome to this week's update. Today's Sunday, February 12th, so we're almost halfway through the month. And right off the get-go, happy Valentine's Day in a couple days to everybody. Hopefully you have a real nice evening. And what do we got going this week? First off, I want to talk a little bit about our mantra here of going from good to great and the importance that you embrace that concept. You're going to be being bombarded, if you will, or bombarded, I guess is the actual word, with information and training. And it's really important that you pay attention as the manufacturer representatives come in and give you some product knowledge training. And even more important, that you listen to your store managers when they're going over the sales training. Okay? We don't want to be like the dinosaurs. You know, we have to keep improving and evolving to stay in business and to be the leader of the pack. That's always been S&G's mantra. We've always been the leader in the industry. We want to stay that way. So this training and things that are going on right now are really important as we're taking our company from being very good, but we want to be absolutely great. So thanks for your understanding and your diligence and your practice and willingness to train to become the absolute best. Okay, so guess what I did last week for the Super Bowl? I went to Les Schwab, the tire company, to watch the game there. Did you know Les Schwab has free popcorn all the time and free drinks? Well, it's water. But if you want to buy a soda, they're only like 50 cents. They got the TV set up. They got a couple sofas, nice conversation pit. Great place to go watch the Super Bowl. I'm surprised more people don't do it. I'm thinking, you know, did any of you guys go to Les Schwab, the tire store, to watch the Super Bowl? I know some of you had to work, but the ones that didn't, did that pop into your mind? Well, I'm guessing it probably didn't. And actually, I didn't go to Les Schwab to watch the Super Bowl. In fact, the only time I go to that tire store is one of two reasons. One, I've got a flat tire and they'll fix it for free if you bought the tires there. Great customer service. Or two, is that I need to buy new tires. Other than that, it doesn't even occur to me to stop in or drive by or go in and say hi or anything like that. Which brings me to the point I'm trying to make, is that like a tire store, S&G is what we call a destination store. Meaning that anybody that walks in our front door is an extremely great qualified lead. Okay? We're very, very fortunate to be in the business that we are. If you think about a lot of businesses, say in a strip mall or in a big shopping center like the Valley Fair or the Galleria or Stanford shopping mall, people just kind of go around and browse and kick tires, and they go kind of for the social experience to spend the day. That's absolutely not true when people walk in our front door. Anybody that comes into an S&G location is a 100% serious shopper about floor covering, and they are going to buy. And they're going to buy soon, according to our customer surveys. Usually within the vast majority of them are planning to make their purchase within 30 days. So when we talk about being aggressive and realizing that the customer is there for a specific reason, and that they're going to be buying soon. So sometimes it might give you the brush off like, oh, we're just looking, or, well, you know, we're just kind of planning, we're going to be doing it way down the line or something like that. A lot of times it's a little white lie. So you need to be persistent, you need to be diligent, and you need to convert those opportunities, those ups. That time when the customer comes in the door, you need to be at your absolute best and turn those into sales. Okay? What else I want to talk about? I wanted to spend a minute and talk about why we itemize bids again. I was a little disappointed as I made my rounds over the last couple of weeks. I've asked a couple of the sales staff about why we itemize bids, and I've heard things from anywhere, well, we do it so you can see what you're paying for, or that you can see what you're getting, or, you know, so it's all spelled out. But remember our mantra or our saying that every time we take a bid and we start to go over it, before we even start, we're supposed to say, we at S&G, we itemize our bids because we want to be held accountable. And if you get a bid from someone else and it's not itemized, they're probably hiding something or don't want to be held accountable. Okay? S&G, we're the leaders in the industry. We always have been, always will continue to be. And itemizing bids is something that most retail stores are afraid to do. Matter of fact, it's a very common practice for a lot of stores to do the add-ons after the fact. And they don't itemize a bid exactly for that reason. John Agorzat in the Santa Clara store had a situation just recently that he faxed me the bid, and we were up against Conklin Brothers, and we had bid with 500 feet of brand new base, taking down the old base, selling the new base, and installing it, and we were a few $100s more. And when John asked the consumer, the lady, are they doing the base also? She goes, well, I don't know. And he goes, well, did they say anything? She goes, no, but they said this is for everything. Now, obviously, 500 feet of base, I mean, that could be, $1,000, $1,500 for the material and the labor and such, and she doesn't know. So you can see the advantage of why we print everything out, why we go over it in detail, and why we itemize the bids. Now, as a normal consumer, for you, you might take it for granted because you work in retail, but most people don't. So you, being a retail specialist, it's up to you to tell the consumer what the really huge benefit is that we're giving them of itemizing the bids, so they can see what they're getting, but more importantly, so that we can be held accountable. There is no guessing game after the fact. Everything that we're going to do is on there, and everything that you're paying for is on there. So there's no question marks or any of that add-on work or anything like that down the line. And believe you me, we're one of the few companies that do it that way. Again, we're the leader in the industry. Most stores are afraid to do that. Okay. Matter of fact, I know there was a carpet store up in El Dorado Hills up here in Sacramento called the Carpet Lady, and they, as a practice, used to short measure jobs. Always left the bedroom off, left this off, something like that, where they could know they would be easy to order in the extra piece and do it at a later date. And that was just a common practice, and on the bottom of the bid, it said, boldly, not responsible for shortages. Now, it's kind of a funky way to do business, but in today's economy, there's a lot of funky things going on out there. So we're proud to itemize the bids, and it's something you should be telling all the consumers. Okay? So the message for this week's video is, one, anybody that comes in the store of an S&G front door is 100% a qualified, great lead, a great up. Okay? Make the absolute best of it. Two, remember why we itemize bids and go over it with all the consumers. Three, remember our mantra. This year, 2012, we're going from good to great. So accept the training, be prepared, pay close attention when the manufacturer representatives come in and do the product knowledge training. If nothing else, you don't want to be rude. I've heard a couple times that actually from reps saying that certain people were texting on their phone, weren't giving them the due respect, and I really hope that that's not true, because if I find that out, I'd really have a problem with one of our employees being so rude to an outside representative. Okay, so in short, if you will, embrace the training. It's going to be here to stay. At S&G, as I've said before, we're the leader in the industry, and we're looking to improve, and hopefully you have that same attitude. So guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate you checking in on the videos. It's a great way to communicate and get my thoughts across to you. Okay, everybody, have a great week. Happy Valentine's Day, and take care. Happy sales. Bye-bye.